McLaren 1-2. As it stands right now, McLaren 1-2. Let's check and see how well she is doing on his lap so far. Slow car, I think that's a V-carb. 2 V-carbs spun. Cabot just crashed. I crashed in the same place where Lance Stroll did in 2022. Started to cut away from the shot there, but as well she threw the bus stop chicane. And it's only a marginal improvement. The Welshman. We have 2 Williams in P5 and P6. Now we have Zen guy who's just popped himself up to the top 5 in the Haas. As Roach has left the session. So work out quickly, get him back in here real quick. Oh, he's just gone offline. Maybe his Xbox shut off on him. But now we have Big Max here through the final chicane. Overtake to the line. What is the lap time? 44.2, and it keeps him 6th fastest. No, Legacy, it's in fifth. Well, she charging to go up again. Gas Girl's on a lap, or he must just cross the line. Gas Girl. Now we have some people out for their final runs here in Belgium. We have our man on provisional pole, Mr. Blue in the McLaren. Wonder when Maverick is gonna head out for his final lap. Should be starting right about now. Or he's not gonna be able to get a lap time in if he doesn't go out real quick. I think the first one to start their final lap here will be Mr. Chaos Corrupted here in the Mercedes. As Roach is just back in time to have to be able to pick his strategy for the race. As you know, now Matt is out on track. I wonder if it might just be that a little bit too late. Hey, he's gonna need to make it comfortable. And he'll probably still make it, but it won't be comfortable. Chaos Corruptance will start his final lap. A with a long-range tow from Plube as we go down heading into La Source. Good traction on the exit. For both cars, let's see if Chaos gets any benefit from that long tow. There is no dirty air here. He's almost under 10% already on that Camel Straight. He's 3.5 tenths up on Sector 1. See here through Plube is through, and now through No Name Corner. That gravel was where we saw Cabbage crash earlier in the session. And now Puon, little lift there for Plube. Maverick, yep, gonna start his lap with 10 seconds to go. It's cutting a little bit close. I'll tell you who won't get a lap here, and it's gonna be Big Mex here. It's a purple Sector 2 for Plube though. And his gap to Chaos has stayed around relatively the same, so it's going to be a tow effect for Chaos that far back. So it tells me these two are out equal on lap time at the moment. Plube goes even faster with a 43.1. Chaos loses all the time in Sector 3. Has to settle for third. Welshi. That's a V-carb ahead of him. Jim Cab, who's almost 4.5 tenths up, half a second up nearly. Going to the bus stop chicane. Coming out if he's already used all his deploy, so straight to the line. It's a marginal improvement. Welshi jumps up to P3. Versus slap gonna place Legacy. Legacy's backed off. Zen Guy though, he's nearly half a second up as well on his previous test, so he's used all his deployment for this lap. So he goes through the bus stop chicane, a little squirrely on the exit there. That's good enough for 4th fastest. Maverick goes goes faster by half a second. And finds himself on pole position here in Belgium. The only man in the 142s this afternoon. It's also worth to note that KDM is starting last in this race. We're gonna last the question mark challenge. What a good lap that was from Maverick in the McLaren. Secure that pole. So 1-2 for McLaren. And as mentioned before, Welshi in that Red Bull jumped up to 3rd fastest. And Zen Guy in the Haas, and Chaos is your top 5 then. So 2 Williams in 6th and 7th. Gas Girl 8th, and Nate's P9, and Jimmy Cab rounds out your top 10 in qualifying. And we have Premex in P11, Roach in 12th, who only got 1 lap in, Scarther's P13, Cabbage, who crashed, and then Limit of the last qualified runners in qualifying here. Everyone else did not set a lap time. As now we wait until the green flag drops. So I think we're gonna get started here, and we're underway for the formation lap here at Spa. So let's see everyone's tires, as it's a mix of every compound here today for our race start. But as it should be, a majority of the runners today are starting on the softs. There's a couple guys starting on the mediums, just 4 people on the mediums and just 2 on the hards. That is Maverick and Welshie. We will see how they fare compared to the others around them on the softer compounds at the start. The pit stop strategy here today should be one stop from the soft compound to the medium compounds. That is the fastest way around this track. Medium soft is just as good. And then hard soft is just a little bit slower, but it will ensure you make it to the end of the race. KTM is all the way at the back here. He needs to catch up. Alright, now as we go through, now line up the grid. As it is also looking fairly cloudy out, but I think it will remain dry throughout the race. So, we have some interesting parking going on. So we have Maverick is pointed his car to the left to cover off Plube on that soft tire, and as well she is also pointed to the left. Here we go, we're getting ready to go for 5 lights, and the lights are out, and we are underway. And Plube on that soft compound tire, got the launch he got, and Maverick locks up, puts his teammate off, and that's allowed Chaos Corrupted to get through into the lead. These two are already not happy each other with. These two were not happy with each other last week. Plube certainly won't be happy with that, but Chaos taking that lead. Almost wish he hasn't. Can Plube? Will Plube try to make a move? Here comes the Williams out of nowhere. The Williams into the Lake Calm chicane. He goes. Chaos is forced off the track there. He's gonna have to give those places back. As it comes Plube down the inside. As Big Mix just kinda cuts him off there. They're kind of rubbing on each other. Plube try around the outside of No Name Core, nothing doing there. Oh, what a start from Big Max. I believe was P6 on the grid. He's made his way up into the lead before even the end of Sector 2. The car must be built for this race because you can kind of see he's struggling in the little corners here. Maverick and these hard compound tire guys aren't preparing the best, as Gas Girl's now preparing a little run on Maverick, as they have a change of leadership out front. Watch this from onboard Chaos Corrupted. Does he think about a move? He just tucks in. Welshie, opportunistic on those hard tires, dives it down the inside. But lap 1 is complete. Plube leads from Big Mix and Chaos Corrupted. Here comes Welshie, Maverick, and here's Gas Girls dive down the inside with some side by side there for a second. The action's gonna be all up here with this top three. There's already a breakaway forming between them and Welshie, who's on the hards. And Chaos with the double overtake. Stepping into the lead again as we have a little incident back there with the Haas, I believe. Chaos was just lagging there for a little bit. They have a couple side-by-sides. And Zen guy has made his way past the Alpine of Gas Girl for P6. Optimistic here, he thinks about it. We have a little scrap at the back in the half. Involving our championship leader, actually, KDM, who's going side by side with Sparthas. And Cabbage ahead almost loses it. He's losing it again. His car is all over the road. I think that was Jim Cab off ahead. KDM's off the road. Cabbage is just struggling to keep that car in a straight line. At the moment. All this Plube and Big Mix battling has gifted Chaos almost a whole second lead to avoid the DRS. But they are still there. So I think we have a move into La Source. We do, and that is Maverick who's falling back now. He's gonna go side by side with Gas Girl into a Rouge corner. Balls of steel from the McLaren man as Gas Girl now included even with the DRS. He's gonna get passed by Legacy Games. And the Red Bull approach. He tries to hang it around the outside but cannot do. Legacy dips a tire in the grapple. As Plube has gotten back into the race lead. So we have a V card, that is Cabbage at the back. This Cabbage is just struggling with his car right now. But now full forth and onward as we go, as Zen Guy and Maverick are side by side once more. Thinks about a move on Legacy Games. Who was definitely thinking about a move on Maverick here. As we have a little oopsies at the La Source chicane, at the La Source turn, and that is Nate in the Ferrari. So let's see what happens down the straightaway. Anyone popping out for a move? Well, she thinks that Plube, that is a big walk up from Plube. Oh, she dips his tires in the gravel there for a second. Scarface and Jim Cab exchange places. Going up the hill and through Radion. Miss Gackle first through probably 9th if Gas Girl can get it back within the DRS range. But for right now, first through 8th. All under a blanket right now with the DRS. Approaches this last car in this train for now. He's right on the back of Legacy Games here, or P7. We also have some moves, potential moves going on further ahead. we have a little incident again as Chaos is in. As is Gas Girl. Chaos is in. Is that for a front wing change? It must have been for a wing change, surely. It's now side by side through a Rouge and up towards Radion. They're still side by side. Big Max is going to be in a lot of trouble here. It's not going to be passed by 1 or 2 cars, maybe even 3 cars. The Zen guy does not have a big enough run. I think that was Roach there completing the pass of Legacy Games, who may have had to go wide off the track there. But he's through. Time to check in on our championship leader at the moment. It's KDM. He's made his way all the way up to P9 on the softs. I'm thinking to myself, no way, the softs, they didn't fly out that early, but no. He must have had wing damage in Chaos. As Legacy, we're right on board, loses the car there. He's gonna get passed by the Premex, who pops himself up in the P7. Zengai might be looking for a move here on Big Mix, as Maverick's doing the same with Welshi ahead. Does he think about it? He thinks about it, definitely. But behind Big Mix and Zengai, Zengai's on the inside for that next corner. They are gonna run side by side towards the source. Does Zengai edge ahead? He does. But Big Max down the inside. Still down the inside there. Doesn't get a great launch off the corner. But Maverick here with the DRS. He's surely going to be in a position to pounce and make it a McLaren 1-2 once more. Well, she goes defensive. But Maverick is content to just sit here for now, not worry about the Red Bull man. And that is now Roach also passed Williams of Big Max. Big Max is in a couple places here in the span of 2 laps. Running P2 after Chaos pit, now he's down to P6. As we have a spinner, I think that's Legacy Games who's gone around. I think that is Gas Crocodile who's had a little incident as well, as he's just fitted for that hard tire. Big Neck started P6 as Maverick is around. It looks like he has damage there. He's missing a left front end plate there. Mr. McLaren. And Big Max, he started P5, 6, and he was up to P1 at one point. But 5 places those ones as Roach thought about a move on Zen guy who is just gonna get the DRS here. That was something must have happened to the McLaren there. Might have gotten too wide and touched gravel just before the entry. Legacy's now in. Doesn't change anymore. Let's just see the gap to our leader. The gap to our leader is shrinking. Welshi is cutting into that lead now. Softs are about on their brink. They'll go a couple more laps on the softs, but not much more than that. They're a lock up into that corner there, and we're riding on board with. Zen guy here is in the middle of a Red Bull sandwich. And Big Max has just fallen off the tail end of this DRS strain. And how is the exit for all of them? Exit is good. Wonder if anyone's gonna pounce as well. She is on none. Or does Zen guy go around the outside? Roach is now on the inside. They are side by side. He's getting boxed in by the Red Bull, by his teammate. Roach has just made a double overtake as there's contact between the Haas and the Red Bull there. I don't know if that was orchestrated teamwork or what. But well, she just completely boxed in the Haas there. That allowed Roach to get around both of them. Up to P2. Roach is on the button. Now Zen guy is on the button. And push even more. Well, she thinks about down the inside. Zen guy leaves the space. Zen guy goes wide. Zen guy's still on the inside. Well, she thought about the cutback there. He's gonna try around the outside. Do something if he makes this move work. And he almost has. There's slight contact there with the Haas. Fair enough. The racing was left there. As that fighting has allowed Roach to gap him out of the DRS. As it currently stands. It's a tremendous scrap going on as Gas Girl is spun around again in Sector 2. And Legacy Games picks up a place. That car's all over the place. Laggy bug. But that is Scarthers who is just spun, I believe. Well, she thought about it. It's Chaos Corrupted now gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit infractions. As Big Max is in. Big Max is in. This is our first legitimate pit stop for just tires and not damage. See what tire he goes on to. If it is the medium or if it's the hard. So medium tires. To the end of the race. Cadian now ERS. He's caught the back of Maverick here, who is low on ERS deployment. Cadian is going to make easy work of the McLaren driver up to P5. As well, she just got back past the Zen guy again. These guys weren't a battle anymore. Jim Cab is just right behind them, ready to pounce into that DRS. Which I think Mav might do here. Certainly on the button. McCadian knows that. They can go side by side through that curve right there. Maverick is back ahead right now. Cadian dives it up the inside, he does not. He plays it cool. Tries to get the cutting underneath there, is unsuccessful in doing so. But he will have the DRS again. As will Welsh as KDM crucially there gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. So wherever he is at the end of the race, plus 3 seconds added onto his time, and that's where he'll finish. As Mav, I think he is gapped KDM substantially there, to not be under threat for position at the moment. Welshi and Zengai exchange places again. Zengai gets that corner a little bit wrong. Roach is cutting into the deficit. Maverick had a moment there. KDM just pure speed. Yeah, Roche is cutting into that lead. As about the soft tires are about at their final legs. Roche, 1.5 seconds. So he's about there. Although I think we're gonna see our pole man here. Not our pole man, I think we're gonna see our leading McLaren here into the pits this lap. Just don't do what you did last week, Blue. Don't get a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As yes, Ploub's in. Ploub is in. Roach takes the lead of the race. Zengai is also in on that medium compound. So Zengai on the mediums has only been able to go as far as Ploub on the softs. As I think KDM is also in on that soft. And Zengai goes to the hards. Interesting choice there. I mean, as for now, we have no big battles, as Big Mix was probably gonna get past the Premex here on the Camel Straight. DRS and the ERS Prem tries to go defensive to the inside, but is no match for the Williams, who's just pretty pitted for those fresh mediums. And is not that far back off Zengai. I wonder, is Chaos gonna try to go to the end on the those tires? It's possible he might try it. But I doubt he'll be able to. As he gets past Mr. Jim Cap there, who has had a little moment exiting that corner, and Chaos is up in the P4. As Mav is in, Mav is going to be in. So crucially, is he going to change his front wing for that damage? It looks like they are. He is changing that front wing. Maverick's gonna... It's chaos. We have a safety car here. What has happened to the Mercedes? To be stranded like that in the middle of the Camel Straight with no front wing. What has happened to the Mercedes? Please, something detrimental must have happened. But these guys who have all stayed out, massive benefit to. It's a massive benefit to them. Roach, Welshie, well, they're gonna have to double stack to be fair, but they should still come out both in the podium places. This also benefited Jim Cab in the V-Carb. So, and these guys are probably gonna be all be in this lap. So this works out very well for them. And this will stack everyone back up, so like Gas Girl, Nate, Limit, they're gonna be at the back of the pack. They'll have a chance, as we should see the Red Bull dive right into the pits. As we do. Well, she's just backed off that little bit to give himself that gap. And his soft tires. and doesn't have to wait long. It's on the mediums. Cab here, put it on the soft. Is he gonna get ahead of the? He is not gonna get ahead of the Red Bull. Let's put some KDM in the P3. Roach just missed out on overtaking Plug there. So Plug is still in the race, still is your race leader. All these other guys have come in for the soft tires. As under a safety car, Limit gets a penalty for those track limit infractions. But yeah, this is a totally different race now. On that soft, you got Jim Cab on that soft as well, and you got Welsh on the fresh medium. As blocks up. Play it cool. Grab something. Yeah. What's that? In a way, this still also helps Chaos. Now he can definitely get to the end on those tires. As he was gonna have to pit again anyways. There's no way he was taking the mediums to the end of the race. So we have McLaren, Red Bull, Kick, Red Bull, VCAR, Mercedes, Haas, Williams, Alpine, McLaren, top 10. And you got two Ferraris in 11th and 13th respectively, and you got Williams in 12th, and you got Alpine, Haas 14th and 15th. As Limit has now caught the back of this pack, so safety car should be in this lap. I wonder how aggressive these soft tire runners will take it on the restart here. If they're just gonna go all guns blazing straight for it, or if they're just gonna hang back a little bit. As yep, there's our confirmation that the safety car is in this lap. Now Plug will have to back him up here, and he'll want to go as late as possible. probably trying to go as late as possible. I'm gonna ride on board with our second place man, Roach, for the restart. Who hasn't gone? He goes now. Might have just caught Roach napping there a little bit. As he spilled 6/10 to him. What is this huge gap? Don't forget, there's that little bit of recharge that might cost Roach a spot in position here. Definitely thought about going for it there. He used all his energy there in a bid to get to the lead. He just didn't have straight line speed there. Now he's also on the button again here. Remember, you need to save for the camel straight here and not the camel straight, this is the back straight, and then you need to save for the next lap to use on that camel straight, because you'll have, because DRS will be enabled on the next lap. He's nearly, this Flube has nearly gapped a whole second out of this, as he has now. Which, if he's not careful here in Portage, he might not get the DRS here. I don't think he's going to get the DRS. There's the detection line. And look who's right up his gearbox. Even before we go on to the camel straight and DRS zone. KDM pulls out and he screams by the Red Bull. Up into P2 as Chaos finally gets past Jim Cab for P5. Prem makes a move on Big Max for 8th place. Is that a safety car? Safety car is out again. Something must have happened to Big Max. Something must have happened to Big Max there. The safety car's out. This should make for a nice dicey sprint to the finish here. Now I wonder, these guys on the meetings are going to pit for soft tires here. Or what they're going to do. Let's see what Flube does here. If he stays out. He stays out. KDM stays out. I think it's, I mean, mostly everybody that stays out here. Just because of how close everybody is. Make it pit stop, will drop to the back of the field. As rightly so, no one wants to take that risk. Legacy and Gasker will pit, so they will fit that new soft tire. Fair enough, they were already in the back there, so why not? Why not throw a set on some new boots and see what you can do with them? Now if I'm the soft tire runners, I am cooling. I'm taking care of them so they don't wear. But then on a lap to start, to restart the race, I'm gonna get them fired up as much as possible. Want to fire your tires up. Fire your tires up as fast as possible. Okay, let's take a look at penalties. So, now the only people in the top 10 who have a penalty is KDM, Chaos, and Friend. They're all on 3 seconds here. As who are exchanging places under the safety cars. The fuck did I just watch? The fuck did I just watch? Well, that's interesting. Okay. As we go through the position changes now, we obviously have Plu who made up that spot right at the start, and KDM who came from the back of the grid is up 14. To be fair enough, Roach has moved up 9 spots. Moshi has dropped down 1. Probably more, now that he did that. I don't know why he just did that, but... And Jim Cab was right behind him too, so he saw that. He saw everything that happened. Jim Cab is up 5 places. That guy is down 2. Remax is up 4, my bad. Maverick is down 7 from pole position. Scarf is up 4, Nate is down 1, Limit is up 4, and Legacy Gas Girl down 5 respectively. And Chaos, because of that incident that just happened, is down 9, is in the pits again for a nose change. Dude, I have no clue what that was. It's crazy. That's definitely going to be a big time penalty after race. So currently, as it stands, if KDM wants any shot at winning, he's gonna have to pass Flug here on the safety car restart, and he's gonna have to get out of DRS range very quickly. And if he can do that, he might just be able to pull the gap. Flug has been looking going mighty quick out today. So now we have both Ferraris in the top 10. Apparently what caused Big Max's DNF was there was a collision between him and Fremex. So we will take a look at that after the race is over. Now we have a 4-lap dash to the end of this race. Blue is your leader. KDM is in hot pursuit right behind. Let's go. See when Plube goes. Okay, he's probably still limited. He's gonna go right out of this bus stop. As he goes now. KDM sticks with him well, but Roach is caught massively off guard, and his teammate's gonna go through on the inside. As Jim Cab almost sneaks a peek there. It's almost contact as him and Zengai are now side by side as KDM up through a Rouge and through Radion. He's now side by side with the McLaren. He's now past the McLaren. Blue, curiously, is not using any overtake. KVM's done exactly as I said, as Roach gets back past his Red Bull teammate, Roach is off the track. So never mind, I contradict what I just said. Don't know if it was forced there or not. Zen Guy in the process picked up a 30-second time penalty, and Jim Cab was shuffled down to 9th. This Blue, though, is sticking with KDM, so I'm playing for KDM. I don't know if he's tried to use it or not, but clearly he's not going to be able to extend outside DRS, so he might drop a couple of positions here. Is Blue gonna be on the button here down the back straight? Or is he just gonna use the slipstream in hot lap mode? He's just gonna use slipstream in hot lap mode here. He might just back it off here, or is he gonna send it down the inside? No, he is not. Well, she's also closing up and then onto this gaggle. It's a little out of shape though, exiting that corner. As now DRS is enabled. 3 laps to go. Both of them lock up going into La Source. KDM has definitely expanded that lead. He's on the button. Ploob is on the button. Ploob's gonna have his rear wing open. KDM back on the button. He stays off of it now. But here comes that Papaya McLaren. Steams past him down the inside. So we have an incident. That's Chaos Corrupted again involved. Poor Chaos, he shouldn't even be down there in 13. Should be up here fighting for the top 5 positions. As if I'm Blue, I'm feeling like I've done KDM enough here that I'm just now worrying about Welshie. Blue, your main target here is well, actually, I wouldn't even be worried about Welshie because he did what he did. And if that isn't a severe penalty enough, I don't know what is. So Blue, just be smart, just needs to be smart here and not pick up any penalties. Does pick up a penalty. This will give KDM more of an incentive to race him for on-track position. Hell also calls him to lose the place at the moment to Roach. Blue does fastest lap. As we are here on the penultimate lap, and Welshie has closed that gap. He's now 4/10 off our championship leader. Ploob's got a bad line through La Source, up the hill. KDM's gonna be past him. I wouldn't worry about KDM. Worried about the Red Bull man, Welshie. I wouldn't be worried about him, but Welshie gets past the McLaren down the inside. As Maverick gets past Roach for P4. Now KDM once again leads this race. Now if I'm Blue, you just need to stay within the 3 seconds of KDM. These two battling so hard has dropped them both out of the 3-second range of KDM. Especially for Roach's sake. But crucial one to get back in with that 3 seconds, especially. Right now, as it stands, Maverick, as yet, Cade gets already broke the DRS from Welshie here, 1.5 seconds. Move just needs to get past him and push, push, push. I don't know if I would make the move here, but just need to stay within 3 seconds of KDM. Now rounding the bus stop chicane. And now on to the front straight for the final lap. of this Belgian Grand Prix. As he goes into the source, then the Red Bull, then the McLaren of Flue. How is the exits? Flue has way better ERS here, about 30% more than the Red Bull. Little source, a Rouge up to Radeon. They are both on the button here. I think it's going to prove ineffective for Welshie as he's now flashing. Flue down the inside. To the Lake Column chicane. Gets that move done as Jim Cab passes Prem down the straight. Now Flue's back in with that second, and he just set a fastest sector one. He could also be gunning for the fastest lap here. As it stands, Maverick's in a tight battle to finish third on the track. To finish second. To close that gap a little bit more. Flue has now lost a little bit of time. If Welshie passes you, just gotta let it happen. He's probably unaware of what Welshie did. That's not what matters right now. And to caution that Zen guy who's just spun around there on the penultimate lap. Jim Cab gets back past. But the focus is on this guy, the man, championship leader, rounds the bus stop chicane for the final time. It is last to first on track for KDM. It is last to first on track for KDM. But Flue on the penalties takes the win from Welshie. Maverick just averted contact after the checkered flag. Maverick, Roach, Jimmy Cab, Zen guy only dropped one place because of that. Premex, Scarthers, and Nate rounds off your top 10. And Limit, Gas Girl, Legacy, and Chaos are the rest of your classified finishers. Even though he lost the win on penalties, it is still a fantastic drive from our championship leader here in Belgium tonight. So final results again are Plube is your race winner with fastest lap, 26 points. Welshie is P2, pre-stewards. Of course, KDM P3, pre-stewards. Mav is P4. Roach is 5th. Jim Cab is 6th. Zengai 7th. Permex 8th. Scarthers 9th. And Nate is their last of the top 10 finishers today. It's an exciting race. Chaos got hit by 2 people. But in the end, that's the end. That's all of that. That is all for today. So, Do not forget to join us on Friday for our Friday Night Slights, our Division 1 at Belgium. And don't forget, next week we are going to be at Interlagos. Next race, we will be at Interlagos. Not necessarily next week, but next race we will be at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. That should be a lot of fun then. Until then, I will see ya later.